Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jason. You're watching Micro Investor. So I want to talk about Netflix, about their stock. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Netflix stock, and I don't mean to offend anybody with this video, but here we go. I was invested into Netflix through a FANG ETF, FANG, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google. And I got rid of it because one of the big reasons is I'm actually concerned for Netflix. So Netflix has about 100 million subscribers, and say let's just average out the price they pay a month to $10 a month. So they're getting about $1 billion a month in revenue, right? $1 billion in revenue sounds great, but there is actually a lot of money on this spending sheet here, and there is actually a lot of debt. So this year, 2018, Netflix had planned on spending $8 billion on content and $2 billion on marketing to drive people in. So if we're saying that they're making $1 billion a month in revenue, well, there's $10 billion right there between marketing and creating new content. And to get to marketing and content, one, their marketing isn't working as great as they thought because they didn't get as many subscribers as they planned on. They got a lot, but they didn't get as many as they had planned on as their projection. And two, the money that they have set aside for shows, well, they're not doing great in those shows. They have a crap ton of new stuff that has just tanked very badly. Now, Netflix does have some shows that are real popular, like Orange is the New Black. But Orange is the New Black Season 5 was terrible. No one was really proud of it, and my understanding is no one is very proud of Season 6, and they've lost a lot of people that are even interested in that show. Stranger Things, it's like their most popular show. I like that show. It's great. But here's the problem with Stranger Things. The Season 2 came out in 2017. It's 2018. Season 3 comes out summer of 2019. The main show I'm interested in watching that they make, I have to wait a long time to get more of it. That's a big problem, actually. And there's more problems than just, the show's not doing that as good and the marketing not doing as good as they planned on. There is also their space. The streaming industry is getting a lot bigger. There's 3 other major streaming companies. There is Amazon, there's Hulu, and there's HBO. Like most people nowadays, they're not getting HBO on their TV. They're canceling that, and they're just streaming HBO nowadays. And I'm sorry to say it, but those 3 are actually producing better original content right now than Netflix is. Maybe a lot of you don't agree with that, but that's the way I feel. I feel like Hulu is producing stuff that is amazing right now. Like Castle Rock, like that show has me very interested in continuing watching it. And not only that, they have TV shows that we watch that will come on the next day after they air, and that's another big thing. And I'm a subscriber to Netflix, and I'm hardly watching it now. Like I have a son who's 2.5 years old, and he's starting to like SpongeBob. I know SpongeBob's an old show, but he's starting to like SpongeBob, and the funny thing is, SpongeBob's not on Netflix, but it's actually on Amazon. So I can just stream it there. And when you think about what's been going on lately with corporations buying other ones, like AT&T bought Time Warner, which gave them HBO and all their shows, and Disney is trying to buy Fox, and which Disney has a big portion of Hulu, and Fox had a portion of Hulu, which would give Disney 60% of Hulu. But Disney is also talking about also getting in the streaming market for their own little Disney streaming service, which is another bad thing for Netflix. That's another big competition that we'll be adding to this. And I know a lot of people can share contradicting things to what I'm saying, but if you're going to share something like an analyst or something says, you got to remember Netflix's $2 billion marketing budget this year. Of course, whatever news that you're reading online, if they're owned by one of these big networks, they won't say anything bad about them because they're helping to pay their bills. So it would be hard to really find someone saying what I'm saying. But when you look at the $8 billion for content that's not doing good, and the $2 billion for marketing, that's $10 billion. And if they're bringing $12 billion a year in revenue, then we got to think about that other $2 billion and how much money it costs to provide their service and their employees for other things other than, you know, content and marketing. So that's a little scary, and you know, eventually they're going to hit their point when they can't get any more subscribers, or also, you know, people are going to be leaving to go to other, you know, other forms of streaming services, and a lot of these streaming services have a lot of the same stuff too. And I'm an investor, so I always think about, you know, what's going to make me more money with my investment. And if I was somebody, you know, on the board there at Netflix, I would be really thinking about everything that I'm saying here, and at the same time, maybe doing what these other guys are doing, and that is buying somebody else. One comes to mind, and that is Viacom. Netflix, with its current market capital, they can easily afford to buy Viacom, and that would give them content. That would give them Comedy Central, MTV, VH1, etc. So there would be good things to come from something like that. You know, they can do a lot with that, and that would be nothing to them really. Wouldn't be that Viacom is like 1/10 of what Netflix market cap is. I would also think about doing like a split. The stock is, you know, it's been going down, but it's also kind of expensive, and you want to get some of these millennials to buy more into it. You know, do a split, get that price cheaper, then you can get more, possibly get more investors out of that. So just a quick disclosure: I am an investor into some of the stocks I mentioned here: AT&T, Amazon, and Disney. If you agree, don't agree, have an opinion or anything, leave a comment. And also, please subscribe to my channel. I would be very grateful if you subscribe. I have new videos coming out all the time. I talk about stock market and such. Thanks, guys.